Welcome to myprojectbazaar.com. Let we discuss about the process contextual hashing for large-scale image search. Let me discuss about the abstract of the process. Image searching process has numerous applications. An image searching processing algorithm is one which finds the corresponding images with the help of some descriptors. Here we are using shift descriptor, surf descriptor and Asian affine detector. The query image is taken. The query image features were calculated with the help of shift, surf and Asian affine detectors. The shift descriptor extracts the edge-based information from the images and the surf descriptors obtains the refined edge-based information from the images. In shift descriptors, the feature points were detected. An orientation histogram is formed from the gradient operations of the sample points within a normalized regions. The highest peak in the histogram is detected and regarding as the dominant orientations based on which the shift descriptors were extracted. The local peak regions within the highest peaks were also used to create detectors. Hence, we should multiply the shift descriptors component based on different orientations for a single feature region. So follows the same procedure as of the shift descriptor, and yet it produces the descriptor points with a speed up accuracy which is available within the MATLAB toolbox's functions. In Hessian detector, the position of the pixels and their dominant orientations were calculated, which is invariant to the rotational transformations of the images. The test image feature vectors is matched with the training images features vectors with the help of the distance calculation between the features. The idea of the trained feature vectors that were having the minimum distances were identified and the images were retrieved from the databases. Let us see the flow of the process. So in this process we select any one of the training image. So first the Asian FN detector is extracted, and after that the shift points were extracted, and after that the surf points were extracted. So these three were calculated as the features for the images. So these three descriptors were combined and produced as test image features, and similarly this process is repeated for the images in all the data set. So for the training images the features were extracted and they were binarized. So this binarized process is to protect the features, and similarly the test image features is also binarized. So after the binarized images were converted to decimals, and after that the distances is calculated. So the minimum distances is analyzed, and similarity images were obtained from the databases. So hence we have extracted the top k images from the overall dataset. Finally, the retrieval rate is measured in terms of the accuracy, precision and recall of the overall process. So as we can see, the training for the training images alone, the process will work for the exact divisions, exact categorizations on it. So in our process we are using some 10 categories, and in each category there were some 15 images. So based on that the retrieval process is employed. This retrieval is based on distance based labeling. So here labeling refers to the identification of the each different categories that we have provided. The performances is measured by calculating the overall categories of all the images presented in the dataset and the original labels for all the images in the dataset. So by comparing them, we can analyze the precision, recall and the accuracy of the overall process. The performances were measured for the complete processes alone. Let us see the running procedure of the process. If you want to run the code, select the file main.m, which is located in the source code folder. Right click it and click on run. You will get the user interface in order to run the process. So this is the user interface. This contains the buttons and the display accesses for the displaying of the results. So first we select any one of the input images which is given in the data sets. So these contain some 10 different categories of images. So if we give any one of the images, the related images will be displayed. So we select any one of the input images. Then Hessian affine detector regions were extracted, and this is the extracted feature points. Similarly, the shift regions were detected and they were described here, and the points where the shift regions were extracted were also described. So these are all the shift descriptor points. After that, the SERP descriptors were employed. The similar sharp descriptor points were extracted and the results were got here. So as we can see, the shift Hessian detectors detected the corner regions, and the shift and the SERP detects the edge regions from the images. After that, the spatial context information were obtained. So here the spatial context information means it denotes all the parameters that we had calculated. Here the parameters refers to as the feature values that we are calculating. So here the Hessian shift and SERP feature values were combinedly affected. Then the multimodal property is depicted by plotting all of the features that were collected and in the similar instance. So finally, we binarize the input feature values. So these feature values is binarized, and we have just displayed one first feature value here. There will be totally 120 features in the images. So after extracting the one, the retrieval process is done. So the binarized value is converted into coefficients, and after that the images were displayed. Similar images were displayed here. So as we can see, the similar images along with the distances calculated for each of them were displayed here, and finally the performances of the process were measured. So this is the performances metrics that we have calculated: accuracy, sensitivity and specificity. Sensitivity and specificity is also called as precision and recall. So these are all estimated for the results that we have got now. So this process is developed in MATLAB 2013 version. So run the code in 2013 version, and we have trained the images in the dataset and the process is employed. So the process will work for trained sequences alone. So use the processes for the trained sequences and run the process in MATLAB 2013 version. So thus we have developed a content-based image retrieval methodologies which is based on the feature vectors extracted using Hessian affine detector, shift detector and the SERP detector extractor, and finally the retrieval is done based on the distance calculations between the extracted feature values and the trained sequences. Thank you.